So we see William waking up by a crying baby, and we see Randall's mother asleep on the bed. It looks like they had been using some drugs. So the baby's crying, and he goes to see the baby, and then he checks on Randall's mother, and she's not getting up. It looks like she has
God is
overdosed.
a good enough man, but he not riding for us.
Thank you.
We need to do like Charlie Mitchell did.
What? Lose an election?
She seems to be very political. She mentions Charlene Mitchell, who joined the Communist Party as a teen, and she was also the first black woman to run for president.
We're dying out here. Look what the feds did with heroin. They brought it into our neighborhoods to keep us down. God knows they're good at that. Hell, I've battled with that stuff. I'm battling it now.
Since when?
Since now, I'm pregnant.
She seems like a very intelligent young woman who got caught up in using drugs. So she is really an interesting character, and I'm glad that we're actually getting to see her now and get to know her. And this will tell us a little bit more about Randall. And we're flashback to a scene where they're just listening to Mahalia Jackson, another flash from the past.
His eyes on the sparrow. It was important to me. After my brother died, I don't like to talk about that part of my life. That part of my life before here, before you.
I know.
I'm interested in knowing what happened to her brother. How did he die? What was her life like before she met William?
So I've been thinking about what we gonna do before he comes. I'm gonna go up for the assistant manager job at the store. Irvin's gonna put in a good word, and I'm gonna get it, and we're gonna save up our money and get out of this apartment and with the AC that somehow never works but always trips. You wanna know where we gonna go? 2 floors up. The empty 2-bedroom with the giant window that catches the light. And he needs to have a window.
You see, she had goals and dreams. She had cleaned herself up. And William is just so in love with her. He just loves everything about her. And even though they don't have much, they seem to be very happy. But it isn't enough to get her where she wants to be. And her friends also face adversity.
How you get arrested for handing out flyers?
I know. But Irv is strong. And Grace is too.
It's just a lot up against them, and they're not able to afford the things that they really need.
I didn't get the manager job. They gave it to somebody else. Ashley, who doesn't need the money and who couldn't give a crap. I wanted that apartment.
I know.
He's not gonna have the window with the light.
He's gonna have us.
But William was right there to support her. And he was there when she gave birth to her son at home. And he also helped her give birth to Randall at home. And that's a whole nother story about healthcare.
We should go to the clinic. Try to get you looked at.
No. If I tell that doctor I'm on methadone to get clean, they'll look at me like I'm dirt. Listen.
Laurel, please.
No. I need you to get me some stuff. For the pain. Please. I've been good.
So he runs away. And while running, he starts to remember the promises that he made to her, the conversation that they had in regards to their child. He's not in a position to really care for him. And that's when he made the decision to go ahead and take Randall to the fire station. Now, William feels extremely guilty. So he makes his way to the hospital because he wants to make sure that the baby is okay. He wanted to make sure that the baby actually made it to the hospital and that he's safe, and the mother's not there anymore. And so he ends up going to the chapel to pray. But William is just praying, and he feels so bad about his situation and having to give up the baby.
Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. She was in so much pain.
No doubt he's feeling guilty, not just for giving up the baby, but also for Laurel's overdose, because he was the one that gave her the drugs. And this is the same hospital that Jack and Rebecca are at, and they crossed paths once as he was looking for the room. But then this is the second time that they crossed paths, and this time it looked like Jack actually saw him. So I'm interested to know more about their interaction, if they ever came in contact again.
Where'd he go?
So at the end of the show, oh my goodness, we got the best surprise. And it's interesting because Randall said he didn't want any more surprises for the year 2020, but yet his mother survived. So my question is, where is she? It's going to be so interesting to find out what happens with this storyline.